What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be talking about Ruan Mei. Anything that you need to pre-farm for Ruan Mei, I'm going to cover it in this video. We're going to go over relics, we're going to go over trace materials, we're going to go over light cones, we're going to go over builds, we're going to go over a bunch of stuff regarding to Ruan Mei. I've done a lot of research when it comes to Ruan Mei. I'm really excited about this character, and I am working on my second account that I'm pre-farming Ruan Mei for. So without further ado, let's get right into the video. You're going to need the trace materials and all that stuff. So 16 of the green ones, 69 of the blue ones, and then you also have 139 of the purple ones. You don't really need 139. That's the total amount of everything maxed out. I mean, if you want to do that, fine. But if you leave the basic attack at level 1, you only need 109. You don't need the extra 30. And then the cyanets, they got 58 of the green, 74 of the blue, and then 71 of the purples, which you should be farming these every day, so you should have enough to complete this. So this really shouldn't be a problem. The one that we can't really pre-farm is the weekly boss one. It's the new material. It's like a blue scythe looking thing. You really can't pre-farm it right now, but as soon as the monster comes out, you'll be able to do it. All you do, if you do all 3 of your weekly boss fights onto that one, you'll get enough to get Ruan Mei all the way up. Next up, we got the Tracks of Destiny. You know, we need 8, and then 65 of the ice block. I mean, I don't really know the name, but 65 of the ice blocks, I don't really know the name, but that's pretty much it. Then credits, you need about 4.15 million credits to get her up. Keep in mind, this is like everything in her kit, so you may be able to save about 300,000 or a little bit more, maybe about 500,000 if you leave some of her traces not fully maxed out, but it's up to you. And then 288 of the purple books. Pretty standard for any 5-star character, honestly. The infographic I just showed you is going to be on my Twitter, so go ahead, feel free to yoink it from the Twitter, save it, do whatever you want with it. That's pretty much all you need. All right, let's talk about something interesting. This is going to be her build. This is the build that I'm going to build for my Ruan Mei. Everybody got their own build that they want to do on Reddit, but this is the one I'm going to go with. It's very easy to build. I get to 180 break effect really simply, and without even stressing about the substat rolls, pretty much. So the 4-piece is going to be the Thief set for the 32% break effect and a little extra energy, which actually helps. So there's that. For the chest piece, you're going to want a defensive stat like HP or defense percent. And then substat rolls, obviously you want speed and break effect. Those are the only 2 that matter. But if you can get an HP, defense, break effect, and speed, perfect triple S tier roll for Ruan Mei. Boots, obviously you want speed because she needs to be fast, so she can get more rotations, so her ult can come out more often. So that's pretty much self-explanatory. The same thing applies. Since you're doing speed boost, all you want is HP, defense, and break effect, mostly concentrating on break effect, because again, she scales off break effect, and that's going to provide her the most benefit. Moving on onto the planar saber, I'm going to go with the Talia Kingdom of Banditry, and then the orb, I'm going to do again a kind of like how the chest piece was. We're going to do a defensive stat and defense percent or HP. Preferably you want one of each, 1 HP, 1 defense, and then the substat rolls, obviously you want speed and break effect. And now the link rope can be tricky, depends on really what your light cone is. If you don't have Memories of the Past or her signature light cone, then you might want to go ahead and grab a break effect rope, because that's going to help you tremendously get to the 180, which is the most important thing about Ruan Mei, is getting to the 180% break effect. So once you get to the 180% break effect without the rope, then you can go for energy recharge rope, which is the preferred rope. If you can get to 180 without the break effect rope, then you go for ER rope, because ER rope is definitely by far the best because of the ultimate uptime. But if you're a budget, like in my free-to-play account, I don't have enough to get her to 180. I don't have the light cones, I don't have anything else. I can't get her to 180 without the break effect rope. So I'm going to go on the break effect rope on my free-to-play account. But on my main account, I have Memories of the Past at S3 or 4, I think. And I will be able to get her with energy recharge rate, which is the ultimate goal. If you're starting off, go ahead and do break effect rope. But if you're more advanced, you're further on in the game, you can go ahead and do the energy recharge rope, which will ultimately be better. Again, I'm assuming that every single piece that you're going for rolls speed and break effect as your 2 primary stats. Speed probably being a little more important than break effect, but break effect being like pretty much speed and break effect are equally as important, so just go for both. Now, as I mentioned earlier, Memories of the Past is a fantastic light cone. I think it's even better than her own signature light cone. And this is probably a hot take. I think it's probably better than her signature light cone because it gives you almost the same amount. So at S5, Memories of the Past gives you 56%. Her signature gives you 60. So only 4 less, but you really don't need the 4 less, because with the S5 Memories of the Past and then the Talia Kingdom Banditry and the Thief said, you're already sitting at about 181% break effect without taking into consideration any of the substats. So very, very strong light cone for her, probably very competitive with her signature light cone if you ask me. Her signature light cone is probably going to end up being a little better. Actually, I don't even know. I have to run the numbers, but I think Memories of the Past is going to be just better, in my opinion. Okay, the most free-to-play option is going to be Meshing Cogs at S5. It gives you a bunch of energy. It's like 8 energy every time she either gets hit or hits somebody. So that's going to be very, very helpful. She's going to work kind of like Ting Yun. They share the same energy maximum cap. So her rotations are going to look very similar to Ting Yun's. And she's pretty much, her energy rotation looks exactly like a Ting Yun energy rotation. So she works tremendously well with Cogs as well. However, Cogs doesn't provide you the break effect. So you're going to have to compensate with relics or even a light cone for the break effect, or if you don't have Memories of the Past. So my main two options are going to be Memories of the Past as number one. If you have her S3 and above, it's going to be fantastic. Even at S1, I think it's still pretty good. 28% break effect just for equipping it. Pretty nice. And then Meshing Cogs obviously is very, very nice. Doesn't give you the stats that you really want, but it doesn't matter. She's a support. Meshing Cogs gives you some energy that you really, really need. There you go. So if you follow everything that I just showed you, if you do the 4-piece Thief set, the 2-piece Talia Kingdom of Banditry with a Memories of the Past light cone at S5, you're going to be sitting at 181 break effect just by equipping those. Don't even have to do any substat rolls. Now, if you have one substat roll for break effect on every piece, that's going to add you about 26 more, depending on if you run the anywhere from 26 to 30, depending on if you run the break effect rope or not. So if you run break effect rope, you're going to be sitting at like 250. But if you don't run break effect rope, you're going to be sitting at around 218 if you have only one substat roll into break effect in each of your pieces. So that's really, really nice. 218, way more than you need. And now if you add on possible multiple rolls on it, you're looking at like 240, 250 break effect, which is insane. It's absolutely insane, but it's very, very possible when you're using Memories of the Past or her signature light cone. So as far as speed goes, she naturally sits at 109, and then you add in the 25 from the speed boots, that's going to take you to 134. And then if you have at least one roll of speed in every stat other than the boots, that's, let's say you add 5, so she's going to be sitting at around 144 speed just by default. Obviously, if you have better speed relics, then she's going to be much faster than that. But at a baseline, she's going to be sitting at around 218 break effect and 144-ish speed, which isn't slow, you know. Okay, so now I'm going to show you more or less what I'm working with. This is my free-to-play account, so you don't go too hard on my free-to-play account. But this is what I have so far. I have this piece right here that has speed and break effect. This one already has an extra 3 speed on it, so I'm sitting pretty well. I have to farm more of it. This is going to be for Zui Yi, even though I could use this as 17% break effect but no speed. But since this one has an extra speed roll, I can actually use this piece as well. This is the only one I have because it has break effect, so I need more speed. I have to farm this a lot more. I have to farm this domain a lot more. As you can see, these speed boosts are ass, so I need at least speed and break effect. These would be good if they had break effect on it, but they don't. So the orb, I have no orb, and then I have the energy regen with speed. Hopefully it rolls into break effect. Actually, let's roll it really quickly to see what we get. Hopefully we get break effect. And we didn't get break effect, but I'm still going to use it because it's an energy reject rope for the set that I want. So naturally, I will have to farm this a lot more in my main account. I'm a little bit further ahead, not completely all the way there on my main account, but on this account, I'm way behind. I have Argenti, so I have a reason to farm that domain that farms these 2 sets. So I will be farming that in this account a lot now. So hopefully by the time she releases, I'll have a full set. And then as far as light cones go, I have the cogs at S5. I'm going to be leveling it up as well. I do not have anything else. This is a free-to-play account, so I don't have the Memories of the Past, but I do have an S5 cogs that I can use, so that is what I'm going to be using. I will let you guys know how my Ruan Mei turns out. Hopefully yours comes out really, really nicely. Ruan Mei is going to be crazy. It's going to add a lot to this count. This count doesn't really have that much. I just pulled Hanya because I really wanted Hanya, but I just got Argenti, and It's gonna be a whole video, guys. So yeah, this account doesn't really have a lot. I just have my Jingliu, Huahua, Topaz, and Numbi. This was a mistake, by the way. I was going for Guanifin. I didn't get Guanifin, but I got Topaz and Numbi in 5 multis. I gave myself 5 multis to get Guanifin. Didn't get her, but got Topaz. Same thing with Argenti. There's a video on that coming, so stay tuned for that. But I got my Hanya at S1, which is kind of nice, but I'm digressing. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video, this pre-farm video for Ruan Mei. She's going to be absolutely insane. And hope you guys enjoyed. And until next time, guys, see ya.